What's up everyone? Welcome to Vampire Survivors. This game's trending a bit right now because it recently got released on mobile. And this is a game I've played for a while. It was recommended to me by a buddy a good while back. And it's a pretty cool game if you haven't seen it before. It's started a new genre kind of by itself. It's the reverse bullet hell. Kind of unique. And we're just going to play with like the starter dude. It's kind of got like a Castlevania parody element to it. And I'm going to start us off on the first stage, just to kind of give you an idea of what this game is. Now there are unlocks here that I have access to that that you wouldn't have access to right out of the gate. But you know, it's one of those games where the more you unlock, you know, the deeper it gets. And I am playing this in hyper mode. Hyper mode kind of causes the game to go a lot faster, which, I mean, kind of obvious given the name, but it does. It causes it to go a lot faster, a lot more XP, a lot better use of, like, just enemies, and it kind of respects your time more. Now this is kind of, again, late game progression. I have access to items as well, not just like starting items, but actual drops here. When I level up, when you level up, you get an item here, and there's passive items and there's weapons. I guess I'll explain the difference between those now. So if we pause here for a second, you'll see up here in the corner, I've got a whip, I've got a lightning ring, I've got another type of whip, and I have this cross. And the way these work is, these are your weapons, these are their level below there, and as you level them up, once you get them to level 8, if you have the appropriate passive item, which I'll explain in a minute here, it looks complex, it's not too bad. The appropriate passive item, it'll actually evolve into a better weapon. Sometimes it's not a better weapon though, sometimes it's just kind of a different weapon. Pretty cool. I'll explain passives. They take up the slots below the weapons up there in the corner. And the cool thing about passives is you don't have to have them to the maximum level to get the evolved weapon. For instance, armor here would be a passive. It reduces incoming damage by 1. But we're going to keep leveling our whip to try to get it to level 8. That's the ultimate goal here for us. And it can get a little intense, especially if you're getting outnumbered. We are going to grab this treasure chest. Treasure chests are cool because they have a really cool jingle. But before we grab that, I'm feeling the King Bible today. I really like the King Bible. Alright, let's grab this. Now, a chest is never going to give you anything you don't already have. But the cool thing about a chest is it has a chance of giving you more than one item. Let's banish the stone mask. Banishing an item keeps it from showing up again in the pool. Now, eventually, we're going to start getting diminishing returns on our XP. Also, we have some options here. Now, there is a clover on the map. If we get our full slots of passives, because up there with our weapons and our passives, there's 6 slots, and if you fill up all 6, you can't get any more, unless you pick them up off the map. So since this map does have a clover, when we paused, you might have seen it on the mini-map, we could wait to get clover, and that gives us an extra evolution on cross there. That, like, it gives us an extra passive, basically. But I'm going to grab clover now because we're not playing super serious. We're not min-maxing, right? We're just having a little bit of fun here. Keep going with whip. Now there is an endless mode. I don't know if I've actually unlocked that yet. I'm pretty far. I have a lot of unlocks, but our goal is to get to 30 minutes. Right, that's the ultimate goal, get to 30 minutes. And that clover, that's a different type of clover, for the record. Yeah, I'll grab Hollow Heart. I think there's a Hollow Heart on the map, though. There is. I think what we'll do is we might grab Spinach later. Spinach is pretty good. It's a 10% damage increase, and it just keeps stacking. The goal right now is we want to maximize whip, because if we can maximize whip, we can actually get a combined whip with the other whip we have. It'll make sense, and it'll evolve into an even better item. That's basically the game, right? Is you run around and you try and scale your damage faster than the enemies scale their damage. So there's this element of picking the right items in the right order. It's got kind of this gamble feeling to it, right? Like gambling. Do I want to stack myself up so I'm going to be stronger late game, or do I want to take some chances here and or like take some chances and stack up to be better late game, or do I want to play it safe and get stuff that's maybe not as strong long term, but going to help us out in the early game? Let's upgrade the other whip. We have a lot of projectiles coming out now, and it's really going to start stacking up here. The red bar, obviously our health. Now, something important to note is that you don't always want to grab a chest right away, because while I said they can't give you any new items, they are the only way to get an evolution item. I believe we're getting pretty close on whip here. I don't know if we have 2 more levels before we bother picking up the chest, though. Ooh, that was getting a little tight. Those flowers have an immense amount of hit points. You can kill them, though. Now, there is a passive that scales your X. Boy, I'm not getting... Wow, I am not getting any whip. Shoot. I don't want to banish Fire Wand because it stacks with Spinach. So we're just going to go Lightning Ring. Because we don't need just 2 level ups. We need 2 level ups where we get whip. So I think we are going to grab the chest. I'll take another Bible. Now, when you first play this, it's not going to be near this intense. This is, like I said, kind of late game. But even playing the first level with all this stuff is late game. Nice, level 7. Ooh, that's a swarm if I've ever seen one. And each level has kind of like a different enemy layout, different mechanics to it. But they all basically play like this. Weird kind of reverse bullet hell. People have started calling it bullet heaven. I've seen that thrown around. I think that's kind of clever. You can get really, really overpowered too. Alright, nice. Let's see if we can't... Darn. I'm hoping we can get 1 more whip level before we grab that chest. Now, I would have liked to have jumped in this game with like kind of beginner level explanations, but it's kind of hard to do when you're so far along. I didn't really want to make a new profile and start from scratch on that. I could do that, I suppose, but it's the same gameplay. Now on mobile, anybody starting out on mobile, you should be helped by this. Just to go over, ooh, okay, we're going to go with that still. Just to go over it, each weapon has a specific combination with its passive. We're not at 10 minutes. That's my issue. So you can't get the first evolution till 10 minutes. I didn't realize we weren't 10 minutes in yet. I apologize. The fire is from a on the ground power-up we picked up. Alright, now we're at 10 minutes. Now we're gonna try and swoop in, grab this chest. Hopefully we didn't take enough damage there that we're pinned. That would be bad. What in the world is going on? Why are we not evolving Whip? Whip's max. There must be something I'm not considering here. I could be a little off on my information. I mean, I'm not a professional at this game by any means. I just kind of play it sometimes for fun. But if you are starting out on mobile, hopefully this gives you kind of an idea of what to expect late game. I think it'll be a lot of fun. It does get a bit... I feel like it's going to be a bit hard to control on mobile. Here's our evolution. There we go. I feel like it'll be a bit hard to control. I've tried playing it with a mouse, and it's got kind of this like looping to it that's... It feels weird to play. And the mobile, I played a little bit of mobile, and it felt kind of similar to me, so... I don't know if it'll be that way exactly, but I figured I might as well do at least one episode. Really, it's just a fun game to play. I don't know if it's as fun to watch. But for $3, I mean, because that's... Ooh, that's a tough decision. But I'm gonna go with Lightning Ring. For $3, I think it's $3 still, and it's free on mobile. That's the best part. There's ads, but the ads are like the most non-invasive ads I've maybe ever seen. And there's a DLC coming out, December 15th. I'm very excited to play that. It's going to be adding 8 new characters, I think it said, and like 12 new relics, I think, which are your weapons and your passives. So that's really exciting. We're getting pretty strong here. We should have an evolution on our Lightning Ring now with Duplicator. Okay. No, we have a card instead. So these cards really change the way some things work. Let's see what we've got here. Nice. Bonus healing for our whip. We're gonna go with that. That's a big deal. Now this should be our evolution. Hopefully I've made sense and I haven't just been rambling. I didn't really think too far ahead on doing this video. We got Thunder Loop now. I just kind of said, hey, you know what would be fun? I'm gonna do a Vampire Survivors video, and I'm gonna put it out there. Now, this is where it gets a little tight. These werewolves always really give me a hard time. They're so tanky. We do have one revive, but I'm hoping we don't need it. Okay, let's see. Ooh, now here's a choice if I've ever seen one. We could do Pentagram. Pentagram, kind of weird to pull up late game like this, but Pentagram erases everything, including the XP and chests. But hear me out. As you level it up, it has a lower percentage chance to do that. Now, every time you level it up, it also triggers, so that's worth noting too. We'll evolve our Bible, and then hopefully we can get the evolution for Pentagram here. Boy, we really leveled up with that. That should make our werewolf situation significantly easier. Now, we're not gonna beat death. Not at all. So let me explain what happens. You go to 30 minutes, and then at 30 minutes, death shows up. And death is really hard. I'm talking like 65,000 hit points or something. I think like 65,000 armor. And he can basically one-shot you. You have to have a specific setup for dealing with death, which a little bit boring, I think, in that respect, because I don't know. I feel like. Ooh. Oh, we got a big one. Nice. And we got our evolution out of it. Straight dopamine rush, this game. Wow. Okay. Now death is just like I think it's just like a bit boring that there's like basically one way to really defeat him. Sure, there's other ways, but it's like they basically all focus on the same strategy, which is freezing him in place and trying to take him out while he's frozen in place with as much damage as you can. Okay, let's see. We actually have an extra slot left, but we're gonna save it. Now, shoot. I don't think... Okay, we could, in theory, and it's going to be really tight if we try it. We could, in theory, try to beat death if we went with Clock Lancet. But we'd have to find Clock Lancet. And it will be very tight in terms of time. So let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can pull it off. I'm going to take a sip of my tea here. Alright, so the way the Clock Lancet works is it spins around you, and it does a freeze wave. And as you level it up, it freezes faster, and still not seeing it. We're going to do the cross first. As it levels up, it freezes faster and spins faster, and I think it freezes for longer, possibly. And then, the plan with it is you just keep death frozen the whole time. You usually want to stack it with the Laurel, which is basically a shield and damage mitigator type item. But you can't use just those alone, you have to evolve them. Nice. We got a gold fever going. Nice. Yeah, this game just really tickles that section of your brain that likes seeing numbers go up. We might have a pentagram evolution here. Pentagram or cross, one or the other. I don't think we're at pentagram. I didn't even realize we had Max Bible. That's really good. Alright, let's keep it rolling. I am excited to start this game over on mobile. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Okay, yeah, we didn't have Max Pentagram, sorry. Now there are some items that behave outside of those norms. And I will say, you don't have to memorize all this. If you're ever unsure, you do unlock this grimoire that actually shows you the combinations. And you can see I don't even have all of them yet. I'm missing a couple. It's got pretty rockin' music, too. It's got that very Castlevania aesthetic, which I know it's the point, but I like it. They pulled it off. That's the thing, is they pulled it off really well. I'm a pretty big Castlevania fan myself, so when my buddy first showed me this game, a good ways back now, closer towards the beginning of the year when it came out, I was like, I don't know, dude, even for $3, that, I don't know, it looks like it'd get old pretty fast. And I think I've got like, I don't know, an embarrassing amount of hours. How about we say that? An embarrassing amount of hours in it. Because you can just put it on and you can watch a show. It's pretty mindless in, like, the best way. And next thing you know, you weren't paying enough attention. And you're dead. And you've spent, like, 15 minutes. And then you start over. There is our evolved cross. It's a sword now. We swap out, like, so this is one of those where it's, in my opinion, debatable if it's better, because it swaps out the multi-target damage, in the way the cross works for multi-target damage in a line, which, depending on, like, what you're fighting and where, I think it can be worse, personally. Let's try to get that pentagram up to 8, because we are almost at level 8 pentagram. If we can get it, we can grab that chest. Nice. This might be another card, though. I think it's at, like, 12 minutes and 21 minutes or so, yeah. I'm not entirely sure exactly the times. Alright, if we can pick up... Darn, it didn't drop. Okay, so we're going to do... None of these really benefit us very much. Let's do Disco of Gold. Gold dropping items will give us like a... Awesome, there's some we haven't seen here. Like a bonus Gold Fever every time. Okay, we don't want Laurel, we want Clock Lancet. I don't know if it'll make a difference. So, let's grab Candelabra for area of attack. And we'll ignore the axe. Clock Lancet, nice. I'm surprised we found it, actually. Let's keep grabbing it. Now, we have to absolutely book it. We have to book it up, and we have to book it down to those two rings. Because those are what stack with Clock Lancet. We don't exactly have the best speed we could have, either. I think we can make it in time, but it'll be a little tight. And we sacrifice some XP by grinding it up this way. We can stop to heal. We have enough passive healing from our damage that I'm not too worried about that. Now, if you do get far enough away from XP, it does eventually show up. Like it stacks up on you. So that's not really a big deal. You don't completely sacrifice it, but you definitely, like, immediately sacrifice it. We absolutely need to evolve Pentagram as soon as we can. Because that will give us a screen clear that also pulls all XP to you. I think we need to kill that. Nope, no chest. So the things that drop chests are mini bosses. I think regular enemies have like a percentage of a chance to do it, but it's definitely not very high. Okay, we're getting close. And there are some chests on the map we can hit on the way back down. We don't want to eat them all because we still need to be able to evolve Clock Lancet once we hit 30 minutes. And once you hit 30 minutes, everything else stops spawning. That's important to know. Now, there is a mini boss guy here who shows up. We don't have to kill him. We can kind of just ignore him. But he will keep following us. There's one for each of those, nice. One for each of those 4 corner items. Ooh. Ah, shoot, there's a chest up there. Alright, we'll circle back for that chest, because that's a pretty big deal. If we can get the Pentagram evolution, that would be super helpful. I am pretty confident that we do not evolve Lancet, and we do not win. Because not only do we have to have level 8 Lancet, we also have to maximize the level on the ring, and the other ring that we don't even have yet. You know what, with Candelabra, not Candelabra, with Pentagram, it could be possible, to be completely honest with you. But it's still going to be tight. The question is, can we even get to the other ring fast enough? With Pentagram popping, it might pull enough XP to level us up. Ooh, it's getting right down to it. Nice. Alright, we've got a max ring. And we've got 2 minutes. Pentagram's about to pop. Let's grab this and just get our candelabra upgrade out of the way, because that's our last thing we can upgrade. That's what it'll pop. Cool. Alright, Pentagram, bring it home. Unfortunately, it's just straight candelabra and then whatever else we upgrade after that. We might as well upgrade the speed of the whip, I guess. Area of the Bible, amount of the Thunder Loop would be good. Speed of the Bible might be helpful. I'm just kind of clicking through these quickly. Okay. Alright, can we get the ring? We're only halfway there. I don't think we're gonna make it, honestly. If we got the wings and we got a speed boost, or if we got the card that pulls the edge items towards you every 2 minutes, maybe. But we didn't, and I just don't think it's feasible that we beat Death. We could try to loop around him with the Lancet and just hope that we, yeah, there's no way. We could just hope that we freeze him long enough, but then more deaths show up. I think it's basically impossible. Yeah. Died immediately. We do get one revive, because I have revives. We just gotta keep looping. We did get a gold egg. Oh, shoot. Got out of Lancet range. Not bad. Not bad at all. Here are our stats. We did a lot of damage with the whip. But, I mean, the evolved double whip is really what got it for us. Wow. That was a pretty good run. I hope you were able to follow what was going on. I hope you enjoyed it. And if I get some comments or likes on this, I might do another episode. There's a character I really like to play as, this little dog guy here. So if you want to see me play as the dog, or if you want to see me play as the tree, give me a like, give me a comment, maybe subscribe if you... I play a lot of different games, so if you find it interesting. And let me know what you thought. Thanks. I'll see you next time.